On this Wednesday, October 16th. Another nice fall day. Some clouds in the sky as I look out my window. But here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan in New York City, we are having a crisp 50 degrees right now, just before I take the dogs out. And yeah, a lovely day here in New York City. I was thinking last night as I went to this event down at the New York Stock Exchange. I got to go see the floor. I'd never been on the Stock Exchange floor. In the near 30 years I've lived in New York, I've never been to the Stock Exchange floor. Lots changed in that 30 years, and I talked to the guy, one of the guys working there. This is like after hours. Scott Galloway was speaking to Steve Huffman, CEO and co-founder of Reddit, last night at this chic event in a beautiful room down at 11 Wall Street. And if you look at Scott's Instagram and Threads feed, you'll see photos of it. But it was a really nice event. I went down there just to sort of, I'm part of the entourage / emotional support animal. No, it's sort of a work thing, but anyway. So there are a few members of the team down there. Anyway, really super cool down at 11 Wall Street, of course. And I had never been on the floor. So it was after hours. It was like 7 something, 8 o'clock or whatever. And Fran McTamney, you generous, sexy man, you, thank you. And I should post this video. I did take like a rough video of us on the floor, and the guy working there who gave us gave us the tour said that during the day, like 400 people there, which is not, that crowd ain't what it used to be. And it's not the screaming, yelling sort of scene from Trading Places at all anymore. No paper anymore. So yeah. So that was fun, but I was thinking how when I got, getting down there, the way to go down anywhere is the subway. It took me literally 35 minutes from the Upper West Side to get to the door, to the security door at the New York Stock Exchange at 11 Wall. 35 minutes maybe? Car would have been a different story, and also I wouldn't have been able to get close to it. Thank you, William Kelly, for the donation. But the reason why am I talking about this? I was thinking about how people often say how expensive New York is, which it is. My rent for what I'm getting here in New York is higher than probably any other city in the country, except for maybe San Francisco, in my humble 1-bedroom. And my rent is, I think it's $4,200 a month. That's a lot of money. So I have to work very hard to make that as comfortable as possible. And I think that is offset by the fact that I don't have a car. And I did the math on this one time when I was living in Cleveland, and I should do it again because it's been a few years and get more accurate numbers. But in a city, let's say like Cleveland, where it's very inexpensive to live. I had 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I was living in 1,000 square feet with laundry in the unit and all of these amenities in this building for less than $1,500 a month. Utilities not included. The internet was expensive there, and so were utilities. My electric bill in Cleveland is higher than it is here in New York. Go figure. Anyway, we never talk about the car and the expense of it. I mean, we can talk about the car payments, but there is also, I think about it, there is insurance, gas, maintenance, oil changes, cleaning the car, parking, the garage. Some people are lucky enough to, not in New York, but to live in a building where they get a garage space with their rent or whatever. Fine. But So that's and then there are the incidentals like tickets and repairs and all the maintenance. Like you pile that on. I need to do a Google search and do a little homework and come up with a cheat sheet on exactly how much the average American spends per year, or maybe per month, and then just multiply it by 12 on the car. There's that. Then there's the time. And I'm reminded of this whenever I go to Cleveland or any other town where I have to spend a lot of time in a car. So much time spent in a car. In the car, around the car, driving the car, parking the car. There's the expense of time that nobody talks about. I get nuts when I'm in a car here in the city, on the occasional cab or Uber that I take, and I'm stuck in traffic. I cannot stand it. The handful of times I've been on MSNBC, right? They will have a car come and pick you up. They kind of insist on it because they just once the car picks you up, you are, then they can track you and where you are and all of that on your way to the studio. But I swear to God, I prefer taking the subway to Rockefeller Center because it's easier. I am literally down the street from the B train. And the B train, one of the stops on the B train is 47 to 50th Street, Rockefeller Center. It is literally like a 12-minute subway ride, not even. And the subway stop is literally underneath Rockefeller Center. I do not have to go outside. You get out of the train, you go up the stairs, you go into the Rockefeller Center, you go into the building. If it's raining, you never get wet because you don't have to go outside. Anyway, every time I have done it, one time I was in my office literally across the street. Stephanie Rule called and she said, I had a cancellation. Rex Chapman canceled. Can you come and do the show tonight? I'm like, sure. I was literally across the street. But other times, I want to take the subway and they won't let me. Oh, we got to send a car for you. I prefer, this is a long, dumb diatribe about how much I prefer the subway. And so we don't talk about the benefit of public transit. New York City's got problems with it. The MTA is not perfect. We got issues. And we were going to get more money had we had congestion pricing that Kathy Hochul, our governor, pulled at the last minute. Weird, I don't want to get into it. But anyway, I love our subway system. I love the subway. I love public transit. I take the bus more than I ever did for some reason. I don't know why. For like 20 years I lived in New York and it never occurred to me to take the bus. It's not the best way. And if the bus is ever slow, it's because of cars. But, so yes, New York City is expensive, but I think it is largely offset, at least for me, by voiding the expense of the car. Not just the financial expense of the car, but subway cost $2.75, subway cost $2.95. Went up 20 cents last year. But the cost of the car is, I got sidetracked there. Anyway, let me just look at some comments and then, let's see, like my friend says, transit is a trip. I see where you're going there, buddy. It's true. Let's see, according to Perplexity, Vladimir tells us that $734 per month. No, I think a car costs more than that per month, if that's what you're talking about. Because you got to add in, again, there's the car payment, there's insurance, there's gas. Like, you got to go to maybe AAA has the stats, and you got to total in all the national averages. The total expense of a car, not including the time you spend in it. Because when I'm on the subway, I can email, I can text, I can read, I can do all these other things on public transit that you can't do when you're driving. So that's why I love public transit. Anyway, or one of the reasons. I got 20 seconds left. Good morning from Maine. Do I invest in stocks? Not really. How's my bike transportation? Love it. I ride at Brompton. Do they give you snacks in the car? No. They give you water though. Let's see. registration. Oh God, yeah, that. So yeah, that's all I'm going to leave you with. Anyway, Trump is unraveling. I'm just going to take a couple seconds to comment on that. I saw some clips. I couldn't bear to watch the whole thing, but man, Donald Trump is a melting candle. That shit is malfunctioning and glitching so hard. And I don't like Trump has no business running for public office. Oh my God, he's glitching so hard. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to start anybody off into a bad mood, but anyway, vehicle license stickers too. I would love to get rid of the car. I live in Florida. Public transit is horrible. It is. That's why I live in New York, especially if you have children. I know. I get all that. I get it. 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 I think that's up to citizens to demand better of their public servants, of their elected officials, demand better public transit infrastructure. Florida sucks for public transit. Oh my God. Is there any city in Florida that has decent public transit? Even Miami, Lauderdale, anywhere? I don't know. Trump is a stroke in real time. He is a stroke and a knockoff. Anyway, that's it. I gotta go. I've talked too long. 10 minutes, 10 a.m., and I've already gone over, like way over. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.